Cubs fans watched their team strike out 14 times last night. The Phillies fans watched their team erase a 1-0 deficit and win Game 1 of this 3-game series. So tonight, on a beautiful evening for baseball, the Cubs and the Phils fans coexist once again here at Citizens Bank Park. It's Weekends with Schmidt presented by Acme Markets, and it's Game 2 between the Phils and the Cubbies. So from an offensive standpoint, how about what the Phils have done the last 13 games? 51 extra base hits, including 23 home runs. Now, Rhys Hoskins has 9 of those 23 home runs, but also 25 doubles, 3 triples. It's been a pretty good run, and the numbers with runners in scoring position are also up. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with John Kruk and Mike Schmidt. Welcome back, Michael, as we get set for tonight's ball game. And when we last left Michael, Rhys Hoskins was 0 for 10. Well, since then, he has really turned it on offensively.
Rhys Hoskins? Somewhere I was thinking that name might come up tonight. You know, what I think about Rhys is baseball is different than football and basketball. You know, one player can make a difference in basketball, a 7-foot center. Football, a great quarterback. But generally, people think that baseball, one player can't make a difference. Well, when you look at the numbers here, or the numbers you talked about, and you see Hoskins' highlights here and what he's done over the last 9 games, it's amazing. There's 3 nights ago, the home run. Swings all look very similar. Right there's another one in the doubleheader. And right here is last night's game in their fancy Players Weekend uniforms. That is a home run swing, folks. There's a new sheriff in town, my man. A new sheriff, and his name is Hoskins. And can he hit another one tonight?
Hopefully he can.
One a day, right?
One a day. It's been 3 games in a row that he's homered. It's been pretty impressive to watch. On the flip side, the guy on the mound, he'll try to fool him a little bit tonight, and Kyle Hendricks.
Yeah, he's not going to blow it by you. He's basically a poor man's Greg Maddux. He's going to try to outthink you and pitch with great location and great movement. And here's some of this movement right here to Freddie Galvis last year when he threw a shutout against the Phillies, a 5-hit, well, not a shutout, a complete game, 5-hit, only 1 earned run. But he pitches with movement. He will deceive you when you start looking off speed. He'll pump one up there about 86, and it's going to look like 96 because of all the off-speed pitches that he throws. Any pitch in the count, anytime he wants to throw it, he will throw every pitch he has to try to get these Phillies hitters out. The Phillies are hot, but this is going to be a chore for them tonight because this guy knows how to pitch.
And we've been through this before. He hasn't won a game since May. We've been through this a number of times before. Let's hope that he doesn't get his first victory since the month of May here tonight. It's Game 2 of this 3-game series. The Phils and the Cubs. Lively makes the start for the Phils against Hendricks, making his 18th start. We'll be back with lineups and first pitch right after this. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com. Bebo, as he's known tonight, is ready to go, and the first pitch of the evening to John Jay is taken outside. So we are quickly underway here at Citizens Bank Park. Lively 1-4 on the year in the big leagues, and a fastball that runs in, 1 ball and 1 strike. John Jay hitting .285 with 2 homers and 25 runs batted in. Let me tell you, we got a pretty good pace going on these first 3 pitches of the night. All fastballs from Lively. 25 years old from Gulf Breeze, Florida, and he just blew away John Jay. And 1 quick out here in the first inning. Numbers for Ben Lively: 21 strikeouts in 48 2/3. That's why that bat was so dominant. He just blew John Jay away without any problems.
And the good thing is he didn't try to trick him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Why not just keep doing that right now?
I hear you. Well,
Get mad out there. How about being mad?
Yeah, this guy might be a different animal. Try to throw something hard by him.
It is Kyle Schwarber, who was 2 for 5 last night with a home run. His home run came in the first inning of the game. And he does try a fastball, but it's wide. Schwarber's average up over 200. It's at 202. There's a fastball right down the chute, 1-1. He wants it again. He shook off Alfaro. 93.
Well, it's 92, 93, but it looks harder than that because it's got a little rise to it. You know, he's got that elbow, leading with that elbow, creating the ball to rise a little bit.
That's the first breaking ball tonight. Lively has bounced up and down between the big leagues and the minors this year. In fact, down in the minor leagues 7-5 with an ERA of 3.15.
I'd have shot that fastball up there on that 1-2 count. I just keep throwing it up there.
Oh, good. Yeah, and that's a thing. You know, these guys will strike out. I mean, Tom mentioned 14 last night.
Yeah, in fact, Joe Madden, after last night's ball game, you know, he was asked about it, and he said, "Listen, I don't want to go back to us waiting around for the home run, but we can't strike out 14 times in the game and be successful. Nobody can, really." Fastball a little high, 3-2. Madden said the strikeout was our enemy tonight, meaning last night. I don't want to fall back into a trap of just trying to hit home runs.
Well said. That's a heck of a take right there. 3-2, tough to lay off that high fastball like that.
Sure was. Rest of the Cubs lineup brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So it'll be Bryant, Rizzo, and then Avila, and then Almora Jr., La Stella, Javier Baez bats 8th, and Hendricks. And here is Chris Bryant, who was 1 for 4 last night with a walk. Bryant hitting .287 with 23 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Got a breaking ball on the inside corner, 0-1.
One of the unique stances in baseball.
Yeah, for somebody as big as he is.
Little Goldschmidt style of stance.
Yeah, I read a story on him where he said that he started doing that at a very young age when his dad would throw to him.
A line drive base hit to left center field.
That works.
It sure does.
And that was that high fastball.
Yeah, he's got the ability to lift and then take his swing.
You know, it's funny. All of us copied somebody when we were young. I did. You know, I mean, I looked at the major league hitters and picked out a stance and went with it. Who'd you copy?
Well,
maybe you didn't. I'm just kidding.
No, I did though. Dave Parker.
Dave Parker.
Yeah, I loved the way he held the bat, you know, front of his head and wiggled it, and so I thought, well, why can't I do that? I had to change my stance as I got older because I realized I wasn't Dave Parker.
Anthony Rizzo takes a strike. It's 0-1. Yeah, his feet were at a little different spot than yours eventually were.
Yeah, that's the way I hit all through high school, and junior college was that way. Closed a little bit, and
That stat on the screen there, that's amazing, isn't it? Nolan Arenado, that many RBIs over that period.
Yeah, he is more than close to 80 more than Rizzo. 0-2. But Rizzo is a good one. Last night he was 2 for 3 with a walk. Excellent numbers with runners in scoring position. Top of the first inning just underway here in Philadelphia.
Now you notice what he's doing right now. Somebody told me about Rizzo. I think did somebody mention that in our Q&A last night that Rizzo has a 2-strike approach, kind of copied Joey Votto.
Yeah, and you watch him the first up until 2 strikes he'll have a leg kick down at down on the knob, and then with 2 strikes he just lifts his foot up and sets it down.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Watch his little wave of the bat, a little Votto like here.
Yeah, but it's great if you practice it. You hear so many kids, Little League coaches, 2 strikes, choke up. Well, if you don't do it in practice, it's not a comfortable thing.
For sure, I'd coach that in a minute if I was trying to get guys to cut down their strikeouts. And you can still hit a ball 420 feet with that stance. I mean, Barry Bonds did it, choked up like that.
Yeah. He hit a couple.
That's even more than it was a moment ago. Curveball, and he flicks it foul.
Yeah, I mean, he just spoiled that curveball right there, one that he might swing under or take or whatever if he wasn't in a short, quick, wait for the ball mode. See that? Just spoil it.
Yeah, if he had a leg kick right there, he could have gotten out in front of that ball and swung, like you said, swung underneath it. But because he steps and waits, he has that ability to foil a pitch like that, so he can see another one.
But you have a totally different perspective on hitting if you have a go-to stroke for 2 strikes.
Fly ball left field. Hoskins comes running in, and he's able to gather himself and make the catch. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. All right, guys, Mike, you start us off. Well, there you go.
Oh, there it is. Well, I kiddingly said this: keep us in a game here at pitchers until Reese gets a chance to hit another one. Kiddingly, but no, just keep riding the wave. I always say that you get a little momentum. We're hitting the ball as in the opening. The stats proved, and I think they got up. I think Reese, and I don't want to overstate what he's doing. You can't do it at the rate he's doing it all year, but I think he's given the entire team, organization, everybody a really strong shot in the arm.
I would agree with that. And Johnny?
Well, lively pitch to stay here. These guys are auditioning, and they need to know what they're going to have for next year as far as front office and manager coaching staff. Ben Lively has been up and down, like you said, Tom, but he has to prove that he belongs, and they don't have to look for another pitcher in his spot for next year.
Yeah, same with Pivetta tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll start tomorrow for the Phillies.
I mean, Eichhoff pitched good last night. Nola, you would think those 2 are safe as far as rotation goes, but who after that?
1 ball and no strikes to Avila, and a fastball outside, 2-0. Well, here's the problem. Now he's up to 22 pitches, even as explosive as he was with the first batter. Avila, 233 with runners in scoring position and 2 men down. And now it's really just locating the fastball more than anything else for Lively, the way this inning has gone on.
Yeah, I mean, first hitter, he blows him away. Got ahead of Schwarber, got ahead of Rizzo. He did put Rizzo away, but that bullpen was used last night a little. Well, Morgan was. At some point, one of our stars is going to have to go 7.
Fastball, and that's in there, 2-1. Yeah, Morgan is probably not available tonight. Milner might be able to be used for a batter.
What do you think Avila was looking for there? 2-0 fastball right down the middle.
He had the safety on.
Okay. Couldn't pull the trigger.
Ground ball toward first, and it rolls foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We've said many times in the old days that baby gets smoked foul or swung at with aggression.
Trying to make a pitch here. His 25th of the first inning.
Vila's not going into any two-strike approach. Though still over the knob.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Well, he got the strikeout to begin it, and he got the strikeout to end it. Cubs lead 2. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's the Cubs nothing, and the Phillies coming up. Thinking about what he's going to have to do later in the game from a pitching standpoint. But right now he gets a chance to think about his offense. Let's take a look at his lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Cesar Hernandez will lead it off, and then Freddie Galvis and Nick Williams. Rhys Hoskins in left. Tommy Joseph bats fifth. He'll be at first base. Michael Franco sixth. And the bottom third of Florimon, Alfaro, and Lively against right-hander Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks 4-4 on the year, an ERA of 3.52. He hasn't won a game since the 24th of May when he faced the San Francisco Giants. That's a span of 8 starts and a stint on the disabled list. He kind of had the same issue that Vince Velasquez is going through to a certain extent. Now there's the scouting report on Kyle Hendricks.
Hendo. Yeah, like you said, he average fastball 85.5 miles an hour. I mean, it's well below.
With movement.
Well, but that's the thing. It was like Greg Maddux, man. Every time you thought you had him locked in, he threw you something different.
And maybe slower.
Yeah, they can do that too.
Here's Cesar. Cesar was 3 for 4 last night. 3 extra base hits. Really good numbers against the Cubs. I mean, not Mike Schmidt numbers against the Cubs, but really good numbers against the Cubs this year. Had a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
I got to play the Cubs 9 times in Wrigley Field,
yes,
9 times at the Vet.
Don't downplay your success, Michael. 0-2. Jerry Lane is behind home plate.
Stylish umpire.
Got it with a changeup. Wow. 1 out here in the first.
Classic Greg Maddux stuff there, huh?
Yeah, fastball away, changeup. But look where it's located. I mean, look where all 3 pitches are.
Jerry Lane's the crew chief. Ryan Addison is at first base. Marvin Hudson at second. Mike Estabrook around at third. Yeah, those numbers were true, though, about Hendricks. 85.5 is the average, and he'll go lower than that. Freddie Galvis. Galvis hitting .258.
He humped up on that one, 87.
John.
Wow, I think it's impressive. Why, I love watching this guy pitch. You just hope we don't have to see it for more than 5 innings.
14 games over 500 for his career. 35-21.
And he's second in the Cy Young last year, second or third.
16-8 with an ERA of 2.13. He won the ERA crown last year. In the air to right center field. Going out for it is Jay. He won't get it. It's off the Detroit-Chicago scoreboard. And Freddie Galvis is into second base with a one-out double.
Got him a 2-0 fastball. A little low and away. Got to keep that one in the center of the field, which he did. Definitely not a pull stroke, a straightaway stroke. Freddie's becoming a confident hitter, Johnny.
Yeah, it's fun to watch too when he gets going. He doesn't have that big overswing and that big pull off uppercut swing. It's nice when he's hitting balls on a line. And another extra base hit for the Fighting Phils.
Now here's Nick is the kind of guy that needs to come in with a game plan against this guy. That freewheeling, let it go, you know, swing at everything approach. I think that Hendricks would prey on a hitter like that.
Yeah, he was 0 for 4 last night. They challenged him with fastball after another inside.
Yeah, that's a problem though. Last night was 95. This one's 85.
Don't get me wrong. I like Nick as a player and as a hitter. I just think he needs to be a little bit more selective as a hitter.
Well, he has walked more lately.
He has, yeah.
Yesterday, though, it was he swung at everything they threw inside to him.
And now another chance to call time.
How great we've been talking about Hoskins and his patient approach, take pitches. How about the battle that he and Kendrick are going to have, or Hendrick going to have? One's going to try to outthink the other.
He's going to walk.
The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Kenneth Dornblazer Jr. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Kenneth will win $100. McDonald's and enjoy an ice cold delicious soft drink for only $1. I'm loving it. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice place to hit in the lineup right in front of Rhys Hoskins.
Yeah, the way Hoskins has been swinging 3, 4, and 5 is pretty comfortable with Williams, Hoskins, and then Tommy Joseph behind him.
That's nearly a screwball right there.
Change up that turns over like that.
That ball ran away from him 6 inches.
Well, you mentioned the Cy Young last year. Scherzer won it. Lester was second, then Hendricks was third, but 2 Cubs in the top 3.
And then you got Arrieta on that staff as well,
who's pitched really well since the All-Star break.
And let's not forget John Lackey.
Off the end of the bat, threw him another changeup. And it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's a guy, Hendricks, that could make his changeup go both ways just by different pressure. Like he can run it away from the lefties, he can run it away, a changeup, run it away from the righties, which I think that's incredible.
And he throws a changeup that swung on and missed by Nick Williams.
Wow. And
there are 2 outs, and that'll bring Hoskins to the plate. Our Geico quote of the day about Rhys Hoskins on his historic start. It's pretty cool to be mentioned in a sentence that says first ever. We're tied for whatever in all of MLB history. To be mentioned like that is definitely an honor, but I don't know if it has hit me yet. He's been pretty honest with a lot of the conversations about his start. I think he's also talked about the fact that, and Pete's talked about this all year, he said, listen, right now I'm just not missing the pitches or my pitch.
I got to feel like that Hendricks is going to stay away from him and try to finish him off in late. Seems to be the way he's been going about these hitters for the Phillies.
They turn back toward Freddie Galvis. Nobody near the second base bag.
I will tell you this. Freddie's not going to get thrown out stealing with Hoskins hitting again.
No, 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 he will not. In fact, Pete said last night, and Freddie even said this, he was a little embarrassed after that.
And the big thing was, should Hoskins lead off the inning? Because Pete was telling us last night, he said that the umpire never made a call.
No, we showed the replay. He didn't.
Yeah, and so that's when Joe came out. He said, hey, was that a ball? So he walked. He can't lead off the next inning. And
back into the crowd, and it was 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Hoskins, during the month of August, is tied with Javier Baez with 22 runs batted in. It's going to be pretty difficult for anybody to wrestle the player of the month away from Giancarlo Stanton.
2 more last night.
Yeah, he's on pace to eclipse the home run record for the month of August in all of Major League Baseball. Certainly has a chance to do it tonight against with the National League record. That one's hit well. It's deep and it's foul, and it's off that gentleman's hands. So the 9 home runs that Hoskins has hit, you want to talk about not missing your pitch? I mean, that's his pitch, I guess.
That's everybody's pitch, Tom.
Well, that's true. But he's not missing it.
yeah, I don't know if that one is. What's wrong with my pen?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, we'll fix it.
1-2 pitch. In the air to left center field. Going back on it is Schwarber. It is incredible! Another home run for Rhys Hoskins. He went down and got it. A 2-run shot, and the Phillies take the early lead again.
That is something. Really something. 2-strike home run. This guy has a changeup that'll boggle your mind. Reminds me of old Andy Messerschmidt. And it didn't fool him at all. I mean, he kept his bat back. John, he kept his bat back. It was low and away. Foot down. Bat stays back just enough, and that's strength, man. That's leverage. Contact. Just center the ball. It will go. Got a little Babe Ruth-like atmosphere around here.
Ken Dornblaser just won $100 thanks to Rhys Hoskins in the McDonald's home run jackpot. His teammates have said that all they could do is look on in awe when he comes back to the dugout.
Well, that's the thing. You like to say, oh, he reminds you of what he's doing right now, reminds you of nobody. It reminds you of Rhys Hoskins because he's the only one who's done it. I mean, this is just absolutely incredible.
10 home runs. And again, he was 0 for his first 12.
I guarantee you that this name is all the way around the league right now. All the way around the country.
Sure, there's some Atlanta Braves scouts that are trying to figure out now how to get him out.
Well, Tommy Joseph sees 3 pitches after the home run. He's down looking, but the Phillies take an early lead as we go to the 2nd here in Philadelphia. Second inning. Nice reaction from the crowd out in left field as Rhys Hoskins went out after talking with the umpires. And swinging at the first pitch is Albert Almora Jr. and he fouls it away, and it's 0-1. Almora did not play last night as a starter. He was a pinch hitter. This is the reaction. Remember they used to do this with Jason Worth and Pat Burrell. Always loved when this happened.
He's going to have a fan club out there. Don't you think?
I would think so.
There'll be a whole section out there. The whole left field will be figure some sort of witty thing to do for him.
Well, I think what Mike said too in the first inning, it's kind of ignited this team a little bit. What he's done, it's just provided a little bit of a spark for the team, and people are coming out to see what he can do, and that's a good thing.
Well, everything changes. Now hitters in front of him are just looking to more to get on base. You know, let's get on base. This guy's an offensive machine right now. And remember this too. Is ground ball to Freddie, which is an out. Might as well not even have to throw it over there. But it changes everything. It changes how the pitchers pitch the hitters in front of him. It changes things for the hitters behind him. You know, there's more apt to eventually start pitching around him and create base runners for the guys behind him. The only thing you gave the lineup, and it just concerns me going into next year to have so many right-handed bats, you know, in a row in the batting order. The optimal lineup is a left, right, left, right, left, right, where it puts a lot of pressure on the bullpen as you get late in the game. And a guy like Hendrick can get comfortable, you know, with all the right-handed hitters. He's got 3 lefties, the 1, 2, 3, and then he's got 4, 5, 6 all righties, you know, right-handed big swingers.
Well, I guess that's all going to depend on what the blueprint is as La Stella takes high 3-0. What the blueprint is for next year, whether Crawford's involved, left-hander, Cousins is involved, left-hander. I mean, that could offset some of that too. 3 balls and no strikes to Tommy La Stella, hitting .291.
And don't forget, we got a pretty good lefty on our bench. It's on the disabled list in Odubel.
That's true.
So that's what's going to be interesting for Pete when Odubel comes back. Who you sit?
Odubel, Aaron Altair. That ball's hit well to right center field. And La Stella has just put the Cubs on the board into the Phillies bullpen. That's his 4th home run. That's not a big guy, and he hit it a big way.
We saw another little not big guy hit one a long way in Ichiro. Tommy La Stella put a charge into that one.
Always liked him when he was with the Mets, when he first came up with the Mets. Looks like we got one of those nights here, John.
Well, it has been carrying, and this ballpark has given up a lot of home runs in the last this homestand.
Flags aren't moving. Beautiful vista out there of the city. Beautiful night. You know, and the hitters, if they're smart, they start realizing that they just center the ball, it's going to go.
Javier Baez, the batter, and he takes a fastball a little high, and it's 2-0.
Correction on that, Tommy and Johnny. Stella came up as the second baseman with the Braves.
That's right. I was surprised when they traded him, honestly. I mean, they got Vizcaíno for him, the hard-throwing righty. Little pop-up out towards second base.
Well, he was right on that ball, Johnny. That's what that home run swing will get you.
You've worked really hard for your home and your car, so why not give them the protection they deserve? A State Farm agent is here to help with the right home and auto coverage and discounts too. Talk to a Philadelphia area State Farm agent or call 800-STATE-FARM. Well, here's Kyle Hendricks, 3 for 31. Got a fastball just a bit outside.
So you're building your train set. Have you ever thought about implementing maybe the Phillies skyline in there somewhere?
Oh, nice.
I've thought about everything, as has my wife. She's consumed by this train set. No, Philly skyline. Well, we can't really go skyline because we don't have wall space to do it. It's in the attic, and there's not, you know, the wall space to paint a Philly skyline on it.
Talking about putting it in the center of the tracks. Get some buildings.
Oh, go around Philly?
Yeah.
It's only 15 feet by 9 feet, so
is that all?
about the size of this booth up here.
It's a pretty good size yard. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hendricks, and he's down on strikes.
But we will have the Philly fanatics sitting around.
That's exactly right. 3 strikeouts for Lively. Cubs are on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the second here at Philly. The Phillies scored during the month of August. The Phillies will make a contribution to the Help Our Kids Radiothon, benefiting the Nemours Alfred I. DuPont Hospital for Children. You can find out more at nemours.org/radiothon. Well, there's that skyline that Mike and John were talking about. It is beautiful tonight. A clear night. The bell was already rung for the Phils, thanks to a 2-run home run by Rhys Hoskins. Whoa. We're going way back to the Prism days.
Yes, sir. Jim Barniak.
That iconic Philadelphia television logo right there. Maikel Franco will lead it off. Franco was 2 for 4 last night with a home run. Using his bat from the Dominican Republic again. And a bouncer up the third base line. Foul. That spun foul at the last moment. Mentioned last year, Hendricks finished 3rd in the Cy Young voting, and he won the ERA crown in the National League. It's surprising to think about. He's the first Cubs pitcher to win the ERA crown since 1945. Even with some of those really good pitchers, including Maddox, that they had, who won a couple. Fergie Jenkins, yeah. But 1945.
Sutcliffe.
Yeah, when I was going back scrolling and saying, all right, when was the last time I hit more White Sox than I did Cubs. In 45, the winner was Hank Bowery, who only pitched in 15 games but still qualified. He had this remarkable run, Hendricks did, that ended this year, of 48 starts where he allowed 4 earned runs or fewer in a row. He missed tying the major league record by 1, but 48 starts.
That's pretty strong. See, John, you don't have to throw 95.
Nope. Not if you can locate.
Florimone 1 for 4 last night. Look out, Mick. Time now for our State Farm combo. Tommy Joseph, Pedro Florimone are each riding 5-game hitting streaks. And both hitting over 380 during that time with 3 extra base hits. State Farm here to help life go right. Florimon playing center field again.
I'm to understand that Odubel will be eligible back with us tomorrow.
Maybe sometime in the next couple of days. Could be tomorrow, but eligible today.
Same with Altair.
Altair probably won't be until next week. They're really being cautious with Aaron because of the previous stint on the DL, which was short.
Almost ran him over in the parking lot today.
Altair or Odubel?
Odubel.
And you're such a cautious driver, too. 4 strikeouts for Hendricks. Was he jumping out and scaring you or something?
No, he was just like a light jog across the thing, and I wasn't paying attention like I'm apt to do.
Well, I'm sure he's going crazy sitting on the bench.
He's not sitting. He's been on that top step. I know this whole homestand, except when he's not messing with Ty Kelly.
Yeah, he's walking around in shorts and a t-shirt most of the day, just doing different drills to get himself tested.
You know, this is the kind of hitter that I think would do well against Hendrick. Right center field stroke. Short stride, compact.
Off the outer edge, 2-0.
Well, that's some eyeballs right there by the Jerry Lane. See what he does with this 2-0 pitch he's getting right here. See if he can stay up the middle.
Floats right over the outer edge, a fastball.
At 86 miles.
Yep. Hendricks is a California kid that decided to go across country and not sign with a California school or sign a professional contract at a high school. He decided to go to Dartmouth.
Yeah, do you see that? That's the changeup. He runs away from a righty.
So he holds the grip is the same. Just the pressure points are different.
I guess it's amazing. I mean, it looks like a cutter or slider, but at 80 miles an hour.
Line drive base hit.
I swung at that one.
Yeah, he hung it. And Alfaro is going to get to second base with his second double of the year.
That was pretty. Geared for straightaway on fastballs, and they pulled the breaking ball. Watch this. Boom. Keeps the bat back. Look at this stroke. Very nice.
I'll tell you what, too, Schmitty, he can run.
Oh, I know. He can run and throw.
I mean, you saw Schwarber pick up that ball like, you know, he's a catcher. I got a chance. He looked up and, he's rounding second.
He's probably one of the top 5 guys on the team in terms of speed.
Plus, you pop a football in that breadbasket. You got to get out of his way. Ball's bounced, hit back sharply to shortstop.
And you know what's good about Alfaro's double? It clears the pitcher.
Yes, it does.
Pitcher has got a pretty good swing, but he doesn't connect there. Hits it hard. Phillies leave one in scoring position. We'll leave for the third. 2-1 Phils. Please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, guys, here we go. Who is the only Cub left-handed hitter besides Anthony Rizzo to record multiple 30 home run, 100 RBI seasons? Left-handed hitter besides Anthony Rizzo to have 30 home run, multiple 30 home run, 100 RBI seasons. This gentleman did it 3 times. Bet you that guy to the left knows with the glasses. The guy with the glasses on his head might know, but he'd have to ask the guy next to him. Well, here's something to smile about. Cricket. Something to smile about. Some of the fantasy camp alums were honored before the ball game. Guys that
Dennis
were part
Murphy.
of. Is that part of your crew?
Dennis Murphy, yeah. There's Terry Mulholland. That is her name.
Really?
Terry Mulholland, yeah.
Oh.
They make rings when they win the championship.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Do you get one?
No. Rocky Wright.
Nice name.
Rocky catches every single game when he's down there. Yeah.
Every year Rocky goes down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good baseball name, Rocky Wright.
Yeah.
Well,
Brought his son down one year. His son's a beast. He hit some bombs. Like, you don't see many over the fence home runs, but his son hit a couple.
oh, really? Wood bat?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fastball upstairs, 3-0.
Pitches. We have to tone him down because he likes to coach the team while he's
So
playing.
you go here, you go here.
Oh, he'll try to tell you what the lineup should be.
Alfaro taking his hand out of that glove kind of stung his hand there.
There's a fastball for a strike, 3-1. Johnny, you have the same guys every year a lot of times?
A lot of the same, yeah.
You draft the same ones every year? Like if you
No,
know them?
they just come down and play.
Okay.
And then we draft.
There's ball 4. Second walk issued by Lively. Breaking news, the most accurate weather forecast for your neighborhood and major news of the day in 2 languages. Every weeknight, count on NBC 10 News and Telemundo 62 News at 11. See what everyone's talking about Monday at 11.
Well, why he threw a 3-1 breaking ball. He blew him away the first at bat. Then you get 3-1. You want to trick him?
You would think he would just try to blow him away again.
Well, that's the thought. I'm sure there's some guys sitting down there in the dugout. They're probably thinking the same thing.
That's a good pitch right there. Oh, that's a late call, right? Strike 1.
Mm-hmm. Keep you guessing. On the outside corner, and it's 0-2 to Schwarber.
He has a verbal call that they can hear on the field that we can't hear up here. A little late, stylish right arm.
Umpire last night had the same, didn't he?
I guess when you're with somebody, you kind of pick up the way they do it. I believe Jerry's hearing it from the Cubs dugout.
Schwarber got a little bit of a 2-strike choke-up approach here, too.
Yeah, he never used to. He used to be, it didn't matter what the count was. He was
Bailing and wailing.
He was wailing.
Well, they say they can wear whatever.
The U.
Yep, whatever spikes you want.
John Jay, University of Miami alum. He's got the U.
I wonder how long ago they had to tell Nike what he wanted for this weekend in shoes.
There's Chris Bryant's. We talked about his shoes that he's auctioning off. His spikes he's auctioning off. Those are the ones we were talking about last night, the blue and gold ones. So those are from his University of San Diego days. And Schwarber is down on strikes. That's 4 strikeouts. And 1 out now for Bryant.
What are the ones today? Do you know?
Yeah, for San Diego, for where he went to college. So he's looking at all the places that have led him to where he is now. So those are the colors from his days as a college player. And then he'll auction them off afterward.
I have to wear a pair for every at bat.
Don't you have to break them in? You know how we used to have to break them in?
Yeah, I don't know. Those look pretty comfortable.
He is hit by a pitch, hit right in the leg. And that puts runners on first and second.
I think he was hit right in the arm pad.
Oh, as it was? Anthony Rizzo's coming up. He flied out to left his first time up. Well, Murph, I think everybody knows that Bryant and Rizzo are the most accomplished hitters that this Cubs lineup certainly has.
It really, yeah, absolutely. People know that. And, you know, you also mentioned Joey Votto. And Madden was talking about his guys and wanting them to approach it the way that those guys do. He said he's surprised that more guys through his lineup and throughout the league have not started to approach it a little bit more like these guys. When you talk about that two-strike approach, choking up a little bit and, you know, taking a little bit off. And you look around the league, you look at Rizzo's numbers with 2 strikes, you know, he is pretty good. Batting 188 with 2 strikes, but an on-base percentage of 309. That is well above the league average. League average, batting average, 171 with an on-base percentage of 251. And Madden was saying, look, when you take that approach, it's really all about what's best for the team. And that's what these guys have decided to do. You know, it's less about your stats. It's more about just trying to do anything you can to get on base and help your team. And, you know, when you talk about power hitters that do it well, you talk about Rizzo, you talk about Votto, you talk about Schwarber, those are guys that do it well.
Hey, Murph.
Yes.
Can I chime in here?
Sure can.
Any chance we can get you to talk to the Phillies offense tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'm available to speak, sure. No, but it is amazing, isn't it, Mike, when you stop to think about these guys that are having success with their power numbers, but then changing their approach with 2 strikes and having success that way, too, that it hasn't caught on more. And that's what Joe Madden was kind of talking about. He said he's really surprised it hasn't. Obviously, he talks to his guys about it and points out that Rizzo's doing it. Why aren't more of you guys doing it? But it hasn't caught on league-wide as of yet, but maybe it will.
Well, you know, getting that new... Whoa.
That ball is crushed. That's not a 2-strike approach right there. That's a 3-run home run to straightaway center field.
No, Tommy, that's a 2-strike approach home run. This goes to show you choking up on the bat's not going to cut down your distance.
29 home runs, 88 RBIs. Well, the Cubs take a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, it'll get around the league, Murph, and more hitters will start doing it, and I hope ours do.
Well, that's the 1-1 approach with the leg kick, and wow.
Off the base of the wall, the far wall. 430 feet is the estimated distance.
John, I go back to the 3-1 breaking ball that walked Jay to lead off the inning too.
Yep. Yeah, that's you know, I don't know what the percentages are, what the numbers are, but you walk the leadoff hitter to start an inning, you're asking for trouble, especially the guy who bats first in the lineup, leadoff hitter. And then you know you got thunder coming up behind him.
On the inside corner, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
I'm not sure there's many Cubs players that are happy with the strike zone.
Avilaz certainly isn't.
I don't think Schwarber was either.
He does look like the actor that played Parkman in Major League. That's why he has Parkman on the back of his jersey.
I don't know. I've spoken to him a bunch of times. He's a nice guy. That guy that played the Parkman character was a jerk.
What was he?
Oh yeah, bad teammate.
You mean in the movie?
Yeah, in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know who the guy is.
Probably a very nice guy.
He very well could be. I know he acted like a jerk. He put a good roll on it.
Breaking ball, and it's 3-2. Almora waits on deck. It's 4-2 Chicago here in the top of the third inning. And a liner out towards center field. That's well hit too. But Floremont's going to track it down. Took a pretty good route after it. 2 outs here in the third. And Almora's coming up. MLB.TV At Bat has always been your #1 mobile app for all live Phillies baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience for the rest of this year. Get the Phil's home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com At Bat today. Almora grounded out his first time up. And he waves at the first pitch, 0-1. Former first-round pick, 6th pick overall by the Cubs. Playing in his 102nd game of the year.
Oh, wow.
3 balls and 1 strike. Just got to get it around the strike zone with some of these hitters.
Right, ball 4 right there.
The bat, it goes into the net over the Cubs dugout, and a strikeout for Lively, his 5th of the game. However, he's given up a couple home runs, including a 3-run shot by Rizzo, and now the Phils trail at 4-2. Local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by McDonald's. Enjoy an ice cold delicious soft drink for only $1. I'm loving it. Cubs lead the Phils 4-2 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. A lot of activity out in Ashburn Alley tonight, as you would imagine, on a comfortable night. Cesar will lead it off. It'll be top of the order. Hernandez, Galvis, and Nick Williams against Kyle Hendricks. And an off-speed pitch to start Cesar off.
Now here's an at bat where Cesar struck out his first time up, and he definitely needs to tone down his approach. He should not be, big swinging against Hendrick. you know, drop a bunt. You know, you got to go compact against this guy.
'86, a fastball.
Well, you said it perfect when Alfaro hit the double. You got to think yourself everything the other way, and if he throws something off speed, you still pull it, but you can keep it fair.
It's like his knuckle was up in the air on that pitch.
Over to the left side, charging is Bryant.
Whoa.
And in time, according to the first base umpire.
Take a look at that one.
Oh, Mickey was quick on that one.
Yeah, you never usually see him be that demonstrative with it. I mean, it looked like Cesar was already past the bag when the out call was made.
But did Cesar step on the top of the base?
He might have, John. You
He
could
did
be
it
right.
last night and slipped off the base.
He is safe.
I'll tell you what, that's some running right there.
You ain't kidding. Brian did everything right.
That's some picking up, putting down. Whoa. But he made contact, you know, with two strikes.
Yeah. But you'd like to see Cesar, you know, hit the front of the base. You know, last night he hit the top of the base and his foot slid off and they tagged him out on a double. That away. Now our leadoff hitter's on.
That's 26 infield hits for Cesar Hernandez on the year. Tops in the baseball.
That's one of those, he hit it like he threw it. Throw something slow up there and hit something slow back at him.
That's a 33-second challenge, by the way. That's the way you want to see them
Speed
come up with a
rules.
decision.
Well, let's make the game fun again. You know how it is.
Galvis doubled and scored his first time up on the home run by Hoskins.
You know what everybody's thinking now, right?
What do you got?
That'll bring up somebody in this inning that's pretty hot.
Yeah, I think there's an anticipation, at least for the time being, for him to come up. Jab at it by Galvis, and it's 0-1. Galvis's double was his first extra base hit in his last 9 games. He has been getting on base. Remember when he was in San Francisco, he got his batting average up over 260 for a day, and then went to a little bit of a tailspin. But now a hit will get it back to that number. And Cesar's short lead.
Talking to somebody about Cesar and his base running last night. You know, there he goes.
Pitch fouled away. He got a good jump.
He got a great jump.
But I think this year, right now he steals bases, but he's not a base stealer.
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, he's all of, in terms of speed, he's all of what Ricky Henderson used to be, right?
I would think, yeah.
I mean, if they had a race, I think I'd pick Cesar. Vince Coleman, be very close.
Fly ball left center field. Schwarber will call it. And Galvis retired for the first out. By the way, tomorrow when kids come to the ballpark, kids 14 and under, you'll receive the ShopRite back to school alarm clock. Go to Phillies.com. You can order your tickets right now, or you can stop by the box office tomorrow. I don't think it's going to go off. You never know, though.
I have one for my grandkids. Can't wait to give it to them.
It went off in the booth the last couple of days, Michael, while we were talking about it. With some booth shenanigans going on. Actually, yesterday it went off on its own. There wasn't really any shenanigans. It just went off about 2 minutes after we read the promo.
I think the ghost that lives in this booth said it. We thought it was the truck making the noise to kind of mess with us.
We couldn't figure out where the alarm clock was. It's on the shelf next to the Mike Schmidt bobble figurine and the HK statue.
So I believe if you get back standing up like Caesar is now, you don't have a big enough lead.
Yep.
He inches off a little bit more. And Williams swings through it, and it's 0-2.
Why does everywhere have 0-1?
Well, there was a throw over.
It is 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You like those blue hats the Cubbies have?
I like their old hats, the normal hats they have. And Cesar is picked off first base. Well, every time you think that he may have fixed that part of his game and the Phillies have collectively, then that happens. He was going, or at least leaning, and he was no chance to get back.
Perfect throw too by Hendricks. Nice and low. The momentum of the ball hitting the glove just takes Rizzo's glove right to the hand of Cesar.
Cardinals are at the top of the list of pickoffs. Phillies, though, have been right behind them most of the year. And Williams fouls it back. Avila wanted that pitch up.
Yeah, that's the one he hasn't been able to get. I mean, we saw it in the open when he struck Freddie out last year. That Maddox started at the hip, break it on the inside. He hadn't been able to get that one just yet.
That one he does on the inside part of the plate. 5 strikeouts for Hendricks through 3 innings. No runs, an infield hit, and nobody left. We played 3. We'll move to the 4th. Cubs 4, Phillies 2. Working hours by ordering the Fellows Aeromax Pro Air Purifier. It cleans the air of toxins and allergens and clears the air for your employees. Literally, nobody does it better than who but W.B. Mason. Cubs fans are a little happier than they were after the 4th inning or after the 3rd inning last night. They lead it 4-2. They'll have Tommy La Stella, Javier Baez, and Kyle Hendricks to lead things off. Well, you win a world championship, people are going to follow you, particularly when you play a weekend series in such a great city like Philadelphia. Phillies certainly saw that after 08 and 09. 0-2 to La Stella. You wait over 100 years for a championship when the following might get even thicker.
They got a good weekend to be here too. Beautiful weather
They
here.
sure did. One-two pitch. Breaking ball. Wade at 6 strikeouts for Lively. And one away here in the 4th. This September, the Phillies are offering a student steal. Yeah, it's the same thing they offered back in April. $15 ticket plus the first John is on us. Anything at Aspirin Alley. Chickies and Pete's, crab fries, Tony Luke's, Primo's Hoagies, Bull's Barbecue, hot dogs, soda. Anything that includes a $12 value, that's included in your ticket. Go to Phillies.com/student steal for more information.
We're not going to get into that John thing again, are we?
No, we just throw it out there.
All right.
Throw it out there. But I did do a couple commercials the other day with John in it
For
the Phillies.
well, you're good with that.
I think the first time I said it, I said John because I didn't have my reading glasses on, and I saw the J and I saw the N, and that's all.
Nice of Larry to give you his today.
I was very appreciative of Larry Anderson to give me mine. Give me his, I should say. Baez waves at the 1-1. I mean, he just uncoiled on that one. It's 1-2. Baez popped out to second his first time up. Whoop.
There's a case of a leg kick and a foot not getting down.
I don't know how you could swing max effort every single swing. I mean, when he hits it, it's beautiful.
Yeah, we saw that in Chicago. He flips the bat as Cesar settles under it and makes the catch for the second time. He's retired. Baez.
Well, they've been doing it their whole lives, John. Probably never experimented with something a little softer, a little more controlled. We know somebody like that on our team.
Hendricks struck out his first time up. Well, Lively needs himself a clean inning here.
One more, just like that. Don't even put a finger down. Just put the glove in the middle of the plate.
Same theory. No fooling around here.
It's just in the old days they'd just go, you know,
They would wave
at the
forward.
pitcher and just say, just throw it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Ben Lively. Ready to set the Cubs down in order. All right. Well, Rhys Hoskins will lead things off for the Phils, down by 2 when we get back.
clean, crisp Coors Light. And Rhys Hoskins has tied Ryan Howard for the most home runs ever in a month by a Phillies rookie at 10. His 23 RBIs are now the most ever by a Phillies rookie in the month of August, since RBIs became a stat way back in 1920. And get this, guys, he's also the first rookie in franchise history to have a home run in 4 straight games. And how about hitting one in 7 straight days as well? The only one that he didn't hit would be that second end of the back end of the doubleheader the other day. Did not hit one, 7 straight days as well for Rhys Hoskins.
Pretty incredible stuff to watch what he's been able to accomplish. He'll lead things off here in the 4th inning. A 2-run home run his first time up. And he bounces it foul, and it's 0-1. Here's his home run. It's our BMW home run replay, brought to you by your Delaware Valley BMW Centers.
I think just amazing. You can go get a change-up down in the strike zone, and just that low leverage that he used to just elevate that ball and hit it that far.
0-2.
Same guy, John, we were talking about a couple weeks ago, being jumpy and nervous and over anxious and all those things.
That ended quick, didn't it?
Ended with a little, I think, a little kind of a jam shot blooper to right center over second.
Right over the first baseman's head. And then he went out west and got with family and friends, and
Katie barred the door.
Out of play.
Don't let him hit one out to right now. This ballpark's way too small for these kind of hitters.
He made San Francisco look small, and San Diego look small too.
Yeah. Bouncer back toward the middle. Baez to his left has it, and then throws to first. Baez playing shortstop for the injured Addison Russell. He's a shortstop by trade, and he has made, according to Cubs officials, pretty flashy plays since he's taken over.
That one he made last night on who hit that ball? Franco, maybe? Or Nava? That semi-line drive into shallow left, and he went and had the Willie Mays no look.
A little bit of a snow cone reaction. Tommy struck out looking his first time up, and it's 0-1. But Baez likes the fact that he's getting a chance to play a little shortstop. You know, there was always this debate when they acquired Addison Russell from the A's. Do they keep Baez at short, move Russell to second, or vice versa? They decided to keep to move Baez to second base, keep Russell at shortstop. But now with Russell being injured, they at least have somebody they can slide in there if need be. And Zobrist gets a chance to mostly play second, although Listella's playing tonight. And now the 0-2 pitch to Joseph. Out towards center field. Going back on it is Almora, reaches up and he makes the catch as he slams into the wall. 2 outs.
Tommy's had 6 pitches, all strikes, and that 6th pitch was a breaking ball out over the plate, and he went right with it, straightaway center. Nice play by Almora. Tommy thought he had one there.
Yeah, you talk to Cubs people, they'll say he might be one of the best defensive center fielders in the game. I mean, he can go get him.
Well, that leaves it for Franco. Franco swings at the first pitch, which is not an oddity. He's among the league leaders, in fact 8th in the National League in swing percentage on that first pitch. Whether you agree with it or not, just doesn't seem like he's going to break that habit.
Well, you look at the stats on the first pitch, they're pretty strong around the league. I mean, and it's a crazy number that the batting average around the league on first pitches. I think it's well over 300, isn't it?
It is over 300. The problem is that sometimes is the kind of pitch he gets on the first pitch, which he got on the third pitch. Hendricks has retired the last 5. We move to the 5th in a 4-2 game. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. And by Yellowwood, brand pressure treated pod. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Look at it. They got the between innings music playing.
Jerry Lane's looking up toward the press box. What he doesn't realize is that the music is played over the first base side of the field. John Jay leads it off, takes a fastball for a strike.
Hey, let's not try to trick him here again.
He may bounce one, but needs a steady diet of that stuff. So you bounce one every now and then, you'd be out in front of it.
Yeah, 0-2, not 3-1. Nice.
One ball and 2 strikes to Jay. Bouncer over to first base. Tommy Joseph stays down on it. 3-1 on the putout. So
Good.
1 out.
Good time for the breaking ball. Good pitch.
Let's see if Lively now can take care of Schwarber. Lively has the nickname Bebo on the back of his jersey. This is the weekend where the players could pick their nicknames that they could pop on the back. Kyle Schwarber goes by Schwarbs. Chris Bryant, a little simplistic, KB. That's his grandfather, Pawpaw, but that's where the nickname comes from too, the Bebo. He's had that nickname since he was 7 years old. And it was going to the Little League fields with his grandfather. They used to get the car washed at the Bebo Car Wash. And that's where he picked up that nickname. And it's stuck with him ever since. 0-2.
Now on the patches, does that come blank and they write on it, or
yeah, it has to.
Is that actually stitched in when they order the jerseys?
It's definitely not stitched in. I thought that I think that they're written in for some. I thought that they wrote them in. Let's say they knew back in spring training that they were going to wear these. So I thought they wrote on them and then they stitched them on. But I think just from looking at Hoskins, it's a little different. I think you could just write it on once the jersey is put on. Stairsy told me that that you write it on, and I think it's after the patch is put on. I think it's kind of neat. Saying last night some of the different names that are on there. Mike, you'd appreciate this. Larry Boa has Billy DeMars on.
Yeah, I heard that last night.
Yeah.
In the broadcast. Very nice. Oh, I remember those days when Billy DeMars was the hitting coach.
Phil Sheridan from the Phillies clubhouse has told us that the players wrote them in 3 weeks ago, and then they were sent to Majestic.
Be ironed on
and
maybe?
Attached.
Yeah.
And now some of the later guys like Hoskins, his came blank, so he was able to write his in.
So Phil's down there watching the game. Hey,
Yes,
Phil, what's happening down there, man?
You need anything from the clubhouse, Mike?
Well, I definitely need one of these hats. How about you, John?
The Liberty Bell?
Yeah.
Want to get 3 hats sent up?
With the Liberty Bell on?
Hey, man, it's Players Weekend, isn't it? How do we not have some Players Weekend swag up here?
I'd trade that hat in for Rhys Hoskins' bat.
Oh, boy. Chris Bryant launches one.
A homer.
So Bryant and Rizzo both homer tonight. That's the 24th of the year for Chris Bryant. It's now 5-2 Chicago.
Well, Chris Bryant's got his charity shoes on. There's no charity in that home run, that's for sure.
Pretty good answer back, though, after getting drilled his last at bat.
That ball was a little out over the middle of the plate and up. Short and quick, John.
Yeah, real quick, but he didn't hit it too short.
Well, now Rizzo whacks the first pitch foul. It's 0-1.
It's amazing the way these guys swing, isn't it? Rizzo and Schwarber. Bryant's a little bit more compact, but they let her go.
He's 6'5". Have you ever been around him?
Chris Bryant?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
6'5". He's a big man.
Well, eventually they struck out 14 times in last night's ball game. Sometimes the way they swing, they will strike out. They had a game earlier this year. It was an extra inning game against the Yankees where they struck out in the 20s. Pretty incredible. Rizzo hits it sharply foul. Rizzo provided us with our Toyota turning point earlier in this game.
I said after Bryant got hit by the pitch, a hanging breaking ball by Ben Lively, and hello, batter's eye. It's our Toyota turning point.
Oh, they may have two. Yep. That's the 2-strike swing. You can hit home runs if you choke up. He's just got back-to-back with Bryant. His second home run of the night. 6-2 Chicago.
Yeah, I was wrong earlier when I mentioned that that was a 2-strike approach home run. I think it was a 1-strike approach. That was the short and quick 2-strike Joey Votto approach. If this keeps up, it's really going to spread around the league. It's amazing it's taken so long. See that choke? See how when he's choked up like that, he has more control of the head of the bat. He can get his hands up and get the head of the bat on the ball.
And did you also see how he raised his hands up so he could get on top of that with that top hand?
One thing Albert Pujols is known for is that, you know, I see he raises his hands up on high pitches, tries to get that bat down through it.
Well, 16th career multi-home run game. He now has 30 home runs on the year.
And that ain't over yet.
So now Lively.
Well, you got to feel bad for Lively. Up and down from the minor leagues. Whoa.
Knocked down by Galvis, picks it up and throws to first in time. Nice play by Freddie to react. The inning is over, but some 2-out thunder by the Chicago Cubs. Back-to-back home runs by Bryant and Rizzo. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. It's the Cubs 6 and the Phillies 2. Minor league report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Lehigh Valley yesterday defeated Pawtucket 4-3. Scott Kingery last night extended his hitting streak to 23 consecutive games. It ended tonight as Lehigh Valley won it 3-0. Reading defeated Harrisburg 3-1. Lakewood defeated Kannapolis 4-3. That was yesterday. Williamsport lost to State College 2-0. Kyle Young, big 6'11" pitcher, 5+ innings. Oh, here the Phillies trail at 6-2. Ben Lively's evening is complete after throwing a little more than 100 pitches. And Drew Anderson warming up in the bullpen. Looks like he's going to come out and pitch the 6th inning. Florimone takes outside and low, 1-0. Florimone struck out looking his first time up. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Ben Lively, good arm, the rising fastball, showed a couple of really good breaking balls, you know, curveball, but really doesn't have a cutter or a slider, right? Sort of like curveball,
he has
fastball.
He has a slider listed, but the curveball is probably his dominant secondary pitch.
So you wonder what, I'm sure Bob McClure and here are going to work on this, but you wonder what he can learn in a game like this. I mean, that's some tough learning right there.
7 strikeouts for Hendricks as he gets Florimone. Well, and that does seem to be happening a lot, you know, learning on the fly in some ways for a lot of these young pitchers. You know, he was in the top 10 in ERA in the International League. Eshelman, who pitched 7 scoreless tonight, is number 2 in the International League in ERA.
He had 7, right? Lively had 7 Ks.
Yep. A career high 7 strikeouts in 5 innings.
Well, if you get 7 strikeouts, you're doing something right. It's making too many mistakes, I guess. Ball over the middle of the plate too often.
And elevated. Bryant's ball was elevated in that last inning, so was Rizzo.
I guess if you're elevated, if you're going to elevate, you need to be 95 plus, right?
I would think. I mean, well, apparently so.
8 Ks. Yeah, okay. Correction. Another thing, John, you know, when we hit, we liked pitchers that threw all hard stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, like Hendrick has a range of what 80 to 88, 89, and that's a pretty big gap. Lively's probably 89 to 92. Everything's hard coming up there. Everything's hard. You don't have to worry about jumping out there early.
Another hit for Alfaro, and now Kim is going to pinch hit. I think there's something to that, Mike. You know, it's great when you have a guy that throws 95, 96, 95, 96. But if he has the secondary pitches, it's more dominant. But a guy like, let's say, Kyle Hendricks, a guy like Mark Leiter Jr. the other night, throwing all of his pitches for strikes.
Velasquez, all hard stuff, right?
Yeah. Four-seam fastball's a great pitch, but for me, it looks like I think Lively has to figure out a way to get something to run away from left-handed hitters.
Yeah, have that little extra movement.
Two-seamer. Scuff the ball.
Got something off of his fastball, you know. You got to have something off of that same arm speed fastball.
Kim hits it in the air down the left field line, slicing out of play, and it's 0-2. Kim has his name, Kim, on the back in Korean.
pitches,
103 pitches for Lively in those 5 innings. Bouncer back toward the mound. That could be 2. There's 1 and 2. So a 1-6-3 double play. Phillies have another quiet inning offensively. We played 5. We go to the 6th. Almora will lead it off when we get back for the Cubs. Steaming hot since his arrival. The first 2 weeks of your major league career are usually about getting comfortable and adjusting to your new surroundings. No one told Rhys Hoskins that. After the 24-year-old launched his first career home run, the floodgates opened. 8 homers through his first 15 games, tied a major league record. He's one of 3 players in baseball history to hit 8 home runs in his first 50 at-bats. He makes you stop, and he makes you watch when he steps to the plate. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Johnny and I in our trivia game contest yesterday, we couldn't figure out Dirty Dancing, but the Fanatic certainly has figured it out with Phoebe in between innings. And then the leap. Fanatic was so ready for it. So ready for it. There was an anticipation built up by the crowd. They were cheering as Phoebe was ready to take off. Well, we go to the top of the 6th inning, and the Phillies hope that Drew Anderson can take off because he's the new pitcher, as he will take over for Ben Lively. Anderson made his major league debut on August 1st. He struck out Mike Trout with his first strikeout. And he delivers the first pitch, and it's fouled away. 0-1.
It's not a bad one to get in your book, huh?
No. It's a pretty cool baseball to keep. Fly ball, center field. Florimone will put it away for the first out.
That was a breaking ball. Yep, right out over the middle of the plate. You know, pitchers get away with a lot of pitches like that, right? You know, I mean, we remember the ones. That's right. We remember the ones that are hit.
Tommy La Stella takes strike one. 0-1. Anderson in Double-A this year, 9-4, an ERA of 3.59. 86 strikeouts and 107 2/3. Nice curveball, 0-2.
Don't get off that mound, does he?
Gets it and goes.
Gets it and goes.
Got it to the Stella's kitchen. Michael Franco over in foul territory waits. Monday morning wake up with NBC 10 News today with Tracy, Vi, Bill, and Jessica. News, weather, and traffic to get you and your family up and out the door. Weekdays at 4 from 4 to 7. Count on it.
You guys didn't have to watch any of the Little League World Series, the Canada-Mexico.
I did not see that one.
I didn't see that one. We watched today's U.S. Championship, won by Texas.
In that game I watched, there were a couple of kids pitching that I swear had the most calm and cool, collected major league presence on the mound I have ever seen in Little League. I mean, they look just like major league pitchers.
Good mechanics.
Beautiful windups, great, you know, like great mechanics. They were throwing like 100 Major League Baseball. You know how they say, yeah, the projected Major League Baseball. Nothing bothered them.
They're oblivious. That's a great thing.
You know, no, I mean, the one kid had no expression at all, and he had the hat, you know, the Nolan Ryan move with the hat, you know, and I was waiting for him to give it one of these, you know, John.
Wiping it off his
wipe it for another pitch.
Breaking ball, and it's in there, 2-2.
Then go check the grass in front of the pitcher's mound. And then stare at the leadoff hitter. Yeah, go ahead and bunt.
I'm happy to hear that you like their mechanics. I think that's one of the biggest things, is just to make sure their mechanics are crisp at that age.
So you wonder why these guys today are so, I mean, let's call it good, you know, why they're so big and strong, and it all starts down there, man.
Was that right down the middle?
Looked like it was toward the outer edge. I thought it was close. Here's the previous pitch. Pitchcast presented by Mazda.
Okay.
It's farther off than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, oh, I can't see anymore.
You want Larry's glasses?
Now get his one contact.
Out towards shortstop. Big hop for Freddie Galvis right around the bag. The inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Cubs. Oh, nice job by Drew Anderson. His inning was cleaner than the Fanatics inning. Uh-oh, that's going to hurt tomorrow. We go to the bottom of the 6th. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jeffersonhealth.org. And by Nissan. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Oh, a nice night at the ballpark has turned into a slugfest for the Cubs. They've been able to launch one home run after another. Anthony Rizzo has 2. Chris Bryant has 1 home run. And that has allowed Kyle Hendricks to kind of front run now. Tommy La Stella has a solo home run as well. As Cesar Hernandez leads it off. And he takes the first pitch high.
Top of the order. Let's get something going right here.
Fly ball to left field. Schwarber lounges back. And 1 out. Cubs lost last night, obviously, to the Phillies, but they still remain 3 games up over the Brewers because the Brewers lost to the Dodgers. The Cardinals lost to the Rays. Now, Joe Madden has been pointing toward the 14 games, 14 that the Cubs have left against the Brewers and the Cardinals before the end of the year. So you see 3 and 4.5. I mean, this division's still up for grabs. Whether the Cubs put it away or somebody else stakes a claim, it's going to be up to those matchups later on in September.
And didn't he also bring up the Dodgers? About would like to face them. He thinks they match up well against the Dodgers.
Yep.
If they play them in the postseason.
1-0 pitch to Galvis. It's 1-1.
Anyway, Joe's not afraid to put himself out there. I mean, he'll go from dyeing your hair to talking about who you want to play in the postseason.
You know, he talked about that yesterday. He watched it again last night, so he said today it was going to be darker than yesterday. And we'll watch it again. I think at the next city it is darker than yesterday. Just for men, hair color.
Yeah, I saw that. My daughter told me I should get some.
You got distinguished grays, Johnny.
I told her I'm old. The heck, it happens. Part of life, right? Gray hair?
Well, I don't know.
Michael? Tom? No?
No, I don't know. Galvis, foul tip. It's 3-2.
See, quick point on the last on Hernandez and Galvis. Freddie took the 1-0 pitch, which was good. Freddie should have taken the 3-1 pitch here. See, we need to get base runners on the bases in front of Hoskins and Joseph and Franco. Cesar swung at the 1-0 pitch and popped up.
Another fly ball to left field. Schwarber. He'll wait for it and make the catch.
You know me, I'm an old believer in that playing comfort behind baseball, and your early guys in the lineup need to take some pitches, especially you need to take a strike when you're 4 runs down in the 6th inning.
Yeah. Well, it's time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans Trivia Quiz answer. All right, guys, who is the only Cub left-handed hitter besides Anthony Rizzo to record multiple 30 home run and 100 RBI seasons? And Rizzo will match this guy.
John got it.
I think I got Billy Williams.
Billy Williams is correct. Nice going, Johnny. He did it in 65,
Fine gentleman.
65, 70, and 72. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Billy Williams.
Unique swing there.
Finished with over 400 home runs in his major league career. As Nick Williams loops it foul. 0-2.
Tell you what, Nick, you can see it. It's a bad thing for a hitter when you've seen him the last 2 nights. You step out of the box, you put your head down. His mind's going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he doesn't know how to stop it. Now, one good swing can end that, but they don't seem to want to give him anything to hit.
Well, he went after another changeup, and he struck out 3 times for the second straight night.
That's a new kind of pitching for Nick.
8 strikeouts for Hendricks. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils. We head on to the 7th inning. Time now for our Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary as we move to the top of the 7th inning. Well, Phillies jumped out to a 2-0 lead. Everything was right in the world. Rhys Hoskins hit another home run, his 10th of the year. But then the Cubs started blasting homers. La Stella, Bryant, Rizzo hit 2. And now as we go to the 7th inning, it's Kyle Hendricks who is in total control. And he will lead it off against Drew Anderson. Hendricks is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. And the pitch is in there. It's 0-1. Toward the hole, and Hendricks has a base hit.
Well, why not?
His 4th hit of the season. Oh, his fellow pitchers getting a kick out of it. And now John Jay is coming up. Jay is 0 for 2. He has struck out. He's also grounded out. He walked his 2nd time up and scored.
I wouldn't be holding him on first base.
I can't imagine he's going anywhere too.
In fact, I play way back. I mean, I'd play in a normal first base position.
Line drive to left center field. That's going to go to the wall. And Hendricks is going to go to 3rd. They'll hold him up there. Nick Williams cut it off before it got to the wall. And a double for John Jay is 15th. And now 2nd and 3rd for Kyle Schwarber.
Ambush at first pitch fastball.
He's been getting them all night. Finally got a hold of one. There goes that alarm clock.
It's a totally different time than it went off yesterday.
Someone's messing with us, man.
You got good ears. I can't hear that.
You didn't hear that?
I'm sure Schwarber's going to try to hit a grounder the other way or pull, get him over.
Phillies have played the infield in with 3 defenders on the right side. He pops it foul.
I'm sure with the pitcher up, ground ball to the right side, they'll play at the plate. I don't even think they'll send Hendrick on a ground ball to the right side.
Yeah, why risk it when you got Bryant and Rizzo coming up? We haven't fared real well against those two tonight.
No.
That ain't bad, is it? 4 for 6.
That's not bad.
4 for 5 with 3 homers for Rizzo and Bryant.
Yeah, that's a pretty good collective bruising right there.
Rizzo.
Bouncer foul. 1-2 to Schwarber.
Now, does he have a 2-strike approach?
Schwarber?
Yeah, the same one. He had 0-1 and 0-2.
Yeah, it hasn't carried over, I don't think, to him.
Although he is choking up.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Got it with a curveball. First strikeout for Anderson. 3rd time Schwarber's gone down tonight. And he'll slip back under the 200 mark.
More like maybe a changeup, Tommy.
Think that was?
Yeah, it kind of went straight and went straight down.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he's saying, I'm not letting these runs score.
Well, now they'll play the infield halfway with Bryant up and a pitch inside. That was a curve, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Two pitches away from possibly giving Anthony Rizzo a huge night.
Oof.
He got 4 RBIs.
Nobody in the bullpen.
Yeah, 4 ribbies tonight for Rizzo.
Nobody warming up in the bullpen.
Outside, 3-0.
It's amazing how when you're having a good game, John, it seems like things keep going your way. You get up there, go, man, this is nice.
Yeah, left-handed hitter. They don't have that nasty lefty warming up in the pen. I'm going to get ready, 1 pitch away from hitting with the bases loaded.
There's a 3-0 curveball.
Hey, what if he throws that same one? Someone better duck.
Fastball fouled away, 94. And it's 3-2.
It was interesting. I thought we were going to see a timeout there from somebody. He held the ball so long.
It was a long wait. Oh, Anderson, we said, works quickly. Or he worked quickly in the first inning. With base runners a little slower.
I think the pitch here is a high fastball. Get him to chase.
Oh, it's a high pitch that doesn't come all the way back. And now it's loaded up for Anthony Rizzo. Bobby Mack is going to the phone. He'll get somebody up now. They stall a little bit out on the mound. Rizzo with 2 home runs tonight. First one straight away center field. That was a shot well over 400 feet. Second one came with two strikes.
Yeah, the 2-strike approach. Just put it in play, hit the ball the other way. Yeah, the other way over in our bullpen.
Yeah, we could be looking at a really hot hitter here as well. Now that he knows what he can do with a choke-up stroke.
Terrian starts to warm up in the bullpen. The home run for Rizzo was his first in 9 games.
And then his second one was his first at bat after that home run.
That is correct.
He got any chance of coming back. This man has to be hit into a double play right here.
Bouncer foul.
Pretty good numbers with the bases loaded this year.
5 for 14.
Oh, and 2. Got him out front.
Got him where you want him.
Chris Bryant has the last 3 home run game for the Cubs. That was in 2016. Rizzo does not have one to his resume. Let's hope that continues. Phillies down by 4 here in the top of the 7th.
See that swing right there? That's dangerous. That swing right there. You get a hitter feeling like he can do that with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball with a 2-strike count on him. Watch this. There, John, just like the home run, right? Just spoil it.
Spoil it and find a good one.
Just off the outside corner. Anderson kind of wanted that one. Looks like it was a hair off the black. And now Rizzo asked for time.
Look at that choke up right there.
Back toward the middle. Picked up by Galvis, then kicked, and everybody will be safe. And a run scores at 7-2. I think Freddie's eyes got wide, thinking I can possibly turn 2 there.
Yeah, I think Freddie might, do I flip it with my glove? Do I flip it, underhand flip? I think he got caught in between that one.
Oh, this is a low curveball.
Hit him right there.
Yeah, you're right, John. That's a good call.
I don't know if he was going to try to flip it with his glove. Yeah, it looked like he was bringing it.
I think that's the first ball I've seen Freddie not catch this year.
They give that a hit.
It has been scored a hit.
Oh, it's definitely a hit. 2 strikes, make contact, back up the middle. Hitting an RBI.
7-2 Cubs. And a fly ball foul and out of play, and it's 0-1. He is grounded out. Avila has, and he's flat out to center, and he is struck out. So he's 0 for 3.
Tell you what, you see how quick Chris Bryant got down to second base? I mean, he can run.
Well, he knew that he had to get there because he had to try to break it up. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think he was trying to get there to get his buddy a knock.
Thank you. That's just what I was saying. That's really good baseball when you're thinking that way.
5 ribbies tonight for Rizzo.
He's got that those white shoes on too, man. That makes you feel fast.
They throw behind John Jay, but he's back easily.
I don't know about that. Call for a pitch up and away so you can try to pick a guy off with a 1-1 count. Now it's 2-1, and you're putting Alex Avila in a better position.
Well, now you got a 3-1 count. You got the bases loaded with Jay at third, Bryant at second, and Rizzo at first. Got to make a pitch here. In the air to right center field. That ball is crushed, and it is off the base of the wall. 1 run is in. Here comes Bryant. Rizzo's being held. It's a 2-run double, and it's now 9-2 Chicago.
Well, you kind of get yourself between a rock and a hard place there. You missed with that. You missed with that 2-1 changeup, I believe it was, and it was a good take. And you got the 3-1 count, bases loaded. You got to go right at him. Boom. I think he thought he might have got that one, John, but I think we did too.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was almost getting ready to mark it down, but
I got down on the end of the bat a little bit.
Well, the Cubs have broken it open and have scored 3 runs in the inning. They still have 1 man down and runners on second and third. Drew Anderson's night is done. In fact, Pete's going to make a double switch. He's going to bring in Jason Terrian to take over for Anderson. Daniel Nava comes in for Nick Williams, and we'll be back right after this. September 13th will the Phillies take on the Miami Marlins. The final Hatfield Phillies Frank Dollar Dog Night of the season. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. Daniel Nava takes over in right field for the Phils as part of the double switch. And Tarian is the new pitcher facing Albert Almora Jr. With runners on second and third, the infield is in. Back toward the middle, a base hit. One run will score. And that's it. It's an RBI single. Ball gets away from Tommy Joseph. So Almora picks up his 30th RBI of the year. Going after the first pitch.
Oh, that was a slider right there.
It was.
Just hammered down on it, drove it right up the middle. There you see it. That slider right over the middle of the plate. And man, I tell you, you can get a lot of hits with that approach right there. Now that's good hitting with men on second and third. Try to keep. I know you want a sacrifice fly, but the approach to getting that sacrifice fly is that right there. And if you try not to hit a sacrifice fly, you try to hit a line drive and a hard ground ball.
Well, Estella takes outside. To the right side, a base hit for Estella. He'll get another RBI. Boy, they got to stop the bleeding here. I mean, this is becoming a pummeling. Cubs have batted around now here in the 7th inning. And Baez is coming up as Bob McClure heads back out to the mound. Single for Estella gives him 2 RBIs tonight, along with that home run.
Come in out of the pen, you throw 3 pitches, 2 hits, and 2 runs scored.
That slider is his best pitch too. I think he thought, I'll offset them by throwing that to Almora.
Yeah, this is getting ugly.
All right, so Bob's conversation will be broken up here by Jerry Lane. Well, by the way, the online auction is underway. The Darren Dalton auction. Fans can bid on Darren Dalton game-worn jerseys and a signed Dutch, and also a signed item from Dutch's teammates by going to the ballpark app. The auction ends tomorrow at 3 p.m. Net proceeds benefit the Darren Dalton Foundation. These jerseys were worn during the Toyota Phillies Alumni Day on-field pregame ceremony on Sunday, August 13th. Johnny, your jersey is leading the way, by the way. You get Johnny's, Larry Boa's, Larry Anderson's. Items will be on display at the first base gate plaza tomorrow here at the ballpark. That is for the Darren Dalton auction for Dutch's foundation.
Well, my general rule is going to stick right here. Unless Baez hits into a double play, I'm done keeping score. After they hit around, I quit. Unless it's the Phils who hit around, then I'll stick with it.
Bouncer foul, and it's 2-1.
I notice he does throw a lot of sliders.
It's his best pitch. You know, it's the pitch that he will continue to refine and hopefully will continue to make him a major league reliever. Worked with Eric Gagne during the offseason. Popped him up way up there and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bouncer back towards shortstop. Galvis has it, flips to second for 1. They won't be able to turn the double play. They get the middle runner. Now that means Hendricks will bat again. He led off the inning with a single. And that's helped the Cubs to a 5-run 7th inning.
So where do you put that on the score sheet if you have a guy hitting twice in 1 inning?
So you cross off the 8 at the top for 8th inning, and you make that a 7, and then you just start right next to Hendricks' last at bat.
Okay.
There you go.
Learn something every day.
Well, you stick around here, there's a lot of things you're going to learn and see that you haven't seen before.
Whether you want to or not.
Absolutely.
Now, if you use Johnny's book, which he got from Larry Anderson, there are 8 million squares, so you can go as long as you want.
Smitty goes to 16 innings.
3-0.
Tell you what, if you ever get to that point, I'm checked out.
We have a 3-0 count, John.
I assume he's taken.
And he's not taking 3-1. He lines it to right center field, and that's going to clear the bases. Hendricks will pull into second base. 2-run double, his second hit of the inning, and that's when you know an inning is not going your way. The opposing pitcher, who had all of 3 hits coming into this ball game, has 2 in 1 inning, a 7-run inning. It's 13-2.
Who's our emergency pitcher? Whitey?
Whitey, yep.
Well, you know, you get behind anyone, you give the hitter a better opportunity. Well, Marion got behind 3-0 through a strike, and
no one warming up, so there's a young man right there that might
wonder if he thinks
be
about
on the
that.
mound.
Oh, I think he does.
I would be. I'd be begging to get on that mound.
Really?
Oh, jeez.
You see the look that John just gave you? Would you?
Would you want to go pitch?
Oh my God, yes.
What,
See, I'm a 6-pitch pitcher.
You have a knuckleball in there?
Absolutely.
What would be your repertoire?
Circle change.
You could never get anybody to let you do it, huh?
I have a curveball, a slider.
Dallas wouldn't say yes.
Very straight fastball. Curveball, slider. What else is there? I mean, I got the circle change. I said that.
Right.
I got a knuckle, straight knuckleball, and a knuckle curve.
Slurf, little slurf.
Oh, I've dropped down too. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes. You can count on me dropping down on the right hand.
More than 6
that gives
pitches.
you like 12. You have to have 2 catchers to give signs.
Count on me going up under somebody's chin too if they're hanging out over the plate
on purpose. Out to shortstop. This one is picked by Freddie Galvis, and fortunately the inning finally does come to a close. That may be a combination of the Phillies fans and the Cubs fans cheering this inning. The Phillies fans that it finally ended. The Cubs fans that their pitcher got 2 hits and they scored 7 runs. Time to stretch here at Citizens Bank Park. They led this game 2-0 at one point. They trail at 13-2, 13 runs on 12 hits. Justin Terrian on in relief of Anderson. Well, he certainly struggled with his command. Oriel Faro giving him a little boost. Hoskins, 10th home run as a Philly in 17 games. Michael, it took Ryan Howard 62, and it took you 71 games to get your 10th home run. You know, all these people around baseball are trying to put it in perspective what he's been able to accomplish. Obviously, you and Ryan are the two greatest home run hitters in the Phillies' history, you being number one. But that kind of puts it in perspective a little bit.
Sure does. Sure does.
So if he keeps going,
yes,
he's going to have 100 home runs by the time he plays.
He's going to have 500 in his third year.
No kidding.
I think the thing about it too is that we've come to realize what a good young man he is too. 0-1 pitch to him, and he bounces that one foul past Juan Samuel. It's 0-2. Grounded out to shortstop his last time up after the home run. Opposite way, and that's a base hit. Played on one hop by John Jay.
How about that for hitting?
Going the other way.
0-2 line drive to right field, and as hot as he is, you know he's not going to catch that ball. How about if he'd have got that up in the air? We're seeing the whole package here.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, we knew he could hit home runs, but that's impressive. That's 0-2. Just protect the plate. I don't want to strike out. I need to put a ball in play. Base hit to right field. Hit it hard too.
That's another thing I couldn't do early in my career. Hit the ball to right field with an 0-2 count.
Yeah, somebody asked the other day if he has opposite field power, and I said I think he has decent power the other way. What we've watched though is basically him pulling the home runs, but that's a good sign seeing him go the other way with that base hit. Anthony Rizzo,
like, man, glad you ain't a first baseman. I may never make another All-Star team.
Man, you're hot. Let me touch you. Well, what about you, man? You
yeah, they could start a fire.
5 RBI.
They could start a fire over there at first base.
Tommy Joseph in the air to left field. Schwarber waits for it, and he's got it. And that'll bring Franco to the plate. Well, while they've been scoring all the runs, he's thrown just 84 pitches. The guy that has not won since the end of May.
I'd like to see Whitey get an inning. Brought him out there for the 9th, huh?
You may just see that. He's only not played behind the plate and in center field.
That's the one.
In your career, oh, go ahead, make your point.
But that's the one. You know, they say, well, he swings at the first pitch. It's great to swing at the first pitch if it's a pitch you're looking for and a pitch in the strike zone.
Had you ever batted against a position player in a game?
No, I don't think so.
I never did.
Now, in the minor leagues, I got to pitch some. We lost a game in El Paso. It ended up 35-27.
Oh my!
Got a couple innings there.
35-27. Fly ball short right. Tommy La Stella's under it. There are 2 outs.
I think when I came in, it was 35-18 18 or something like that. And we dropped a 9 spot in the 8th, and I thought, shoot, another 9-run inning, that'd get me a W.
How about enduring that kind of game, 35-27?
And I was chirping too to our pitchers. I think I pitched maybe two or three innings, no runs, and I was chirping. How hard can it be?
Right. Florimona struck out twice.
I ain't gonna lie though, I was tossing up some doo-doo up there. They didn't have much on it.
Two. Popped him up. Bryant should have a play on this one. Over toward the railing, and he makes the catch. So Hendricks is now through 7 innings tonight. He has thrown 89 pitches. He has a 13-2 lead as we go to the 8th. Del Val Honda dealer, or visit DelValHondaDealers.com and buy WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for fast free delivery? Nobody does it better. 13-2, Cubs on top. Fantasy campers get a chance to dance with the Fanatic out on the dugout. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game. This was a nice play by Almora out in center field.
The thing that made it special is the game was still close at that time. Tommy Joseph thought he had extra bases, but Albert Almora Jr. said, nay, nay, Tommy Joseph, I'll handle this.
That's Tico.
And that's our Hyundai defensive play of the game. Brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers, Mike, if you didn't know that.
Terrian will continue here in the 8th inning against Schwarber. Schwarber, Bryant, and Rizzo. Does not get much easier here. With the Cubs on top 13-2. Schwarber has struck out 3 times. He's not going to strike out here, but he'll ground out into the shifts. Oh, he was moving. 1 away. Time to get updated on what's going on around baseball. Here's Murph.
All right, Tom, thank you. It's our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And the New York Mets, they might have another season-ending injury on their hands. So one of their stars, Yoenis Cespedes, lands on the DL today. And the team is saying his hamstring injury may put him out for the rest of the season. The injury happened in the first inning of yesterday's game versus the Nationals. It's the second hamstring injury of the season for Cespedes. This one is his right hamstring. The first time it was his left, and that kept him out for about 6 weeks. And speaking of the Nationals are also dealing with an injury to one of their stars. Ryan Zimmerman injured his shoulder, head first sliding the other night. He's missed the last 3 games, and they do expect that he'll miss at least one more. They're hoping that he'll be back early next week, but day to day at this point, obviously having a terrific season is Ryan Zimmerman, batting .300, 29 home runs, 86 RBIs for the Nationals, so they need him back in the middle of their lineup, but he'll be out for a few more days.
How about today? Matt Wieters was the only player who was in the opening day lineup, starting lineup, that was in the lineup today. Matt Wieters was the only one because of all the injuries they've had.
I'm just glad Murph came prepared for that expected snowstorm that we're going to have in the area tonight.
You do get older, you get colder.
Yeah, with that big winter coat on.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very light jacket. Very comfortable down there.
Outside, 3-1. Why do you have it rolled up? Show off the guns?
That's pretty much it. Yep.
Is this the shirt where you got the burnt the shirt? Is that why you're wearing that?
It is the shirt that I burnt, but that's not why I'm wearing it.
Okay. Swing and a miss, 3-2.
Which I'm gonna have to go check and see if I can slip my thing into 4-wheel drive when on the drive home if it's gonna snow.
Out to right center field. Florimone. And he's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. 2 away here in the 8th. And Terrian will now face Anthony Rizzo.
With nobody on base.
Rizzo picked up an RBI in that 7-run 7th inning. Helped the Cubs reach 13 runs. It's the 7th time this year that they have scored 13 runs in a game.
Wow, Wrigley Field probably has a lot to do with that.
I would think so.
And their lineup. Pretty good one. But you think about it, Hayward's not having a great year. Zobrist is having a really down year. You know, Baez is hit or miss. You know, he can get hot, but man, those 2 guys in the middle are that big constant, isn't it?
Well, Bryant's not having that good of a year either. I mean, he's mid-20s in home runs, but he's only got, what, 60 RBIs?
Counting tonight, 57. I guess based on last year.
But he's been hurt a couple times with different nagging, like a thumb injury. Hurt his thumb. He got hit in the, I think it was in his pinky with the pitch, and that bothered him for a while.
Yeah, he got hit by the pitch the other day in Cincinnati. The thumb injury hampered him earlier on that slide.
Slide into third.
On one hop, Freddie Galvis flags it down.
What a play. He can do it at short, he can do it second, he can do it in right field.
Side is retired in order. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's the Cubs 13 and the Phillies 2. Stop by Citizens Bank Park on Friday, September 8th. You can get tickets by going to Phillies.com/Luke Bryan. Special guests include Brett Eldridge and Craig Campbell. Again, go to Phillies.com/Luke Bryan. 13-2, Cubs on top. Kyle Hendricks' night is done. 7 innings, 6 hits, and 2 runs. And Joe Maddon's decided to go to his bullpen. Brian Dunsing, who has been really good when he comes in with runners on base this year. He has stranded 24 of 29. Overall, a 2.45 earned run average. And he will face Jorge Alfaro. Alfaro is 2 for 2. Don't give at bats away. Alfaro has 2 hits tonight and 2 ABs. Particularly for a young player.
They all count. You guys know that. Doesn't matter how bad you're getting beat. That at bat counts in statistics.
Little dribbler up the third base line. It is a fair ball. Nice play all the way around by the Cubs. 2-3 on the putout, 1 away.
Nice play about a catcher. He saw the ball staying on the white line. He figured he'd grab it and throw it to first. He got a fast runner, Alfaro.
Hendricks threw 90 pitches, 68
This ball lay on the white line. Whoa, his foot got in the way. We couldn't tell whether it rolled foul. Rizzo made a nice little play at first, reaching behind that runner to catch the ball.
I think Alfaro might have been upset that he didn't get a good break out of the box. I think he thought he was going to go foul initially.
Well, here's Nava. Alfaro was limping a little bit as he went back to the dugout. And Nava takes off the outer edge. It's 1-0. A little bit of a gate. Opposite way foul into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike for Nava. Daniel did have a pinch hit in last night's game, just off the disabled list. He's having a solid year before the injury. Pretty good guy to have off the bench for the Phillies.
Also a good veteran guy to have in that dugout.
You constantly see him talking to people.
Yeah, but there you go. But, you know, with everything he's been through, independent ball, Red Sox traded, what, dozen balls or something, a couple bats for him, and to get him in Boston. He did well in Boston. He's traveled around the last few years.
Very valuable. Played first base, or, you know, left field, right field, switch hitter. No question.
Well, now Cesar's up. That's the just the second hit in the last 3 innings for the Phils. 3rd hit since the 3rd. Outside by Dunsing. Opposite way by Cesar. John Jay is going to run this down on the warning track. Yeah, there are 2 outs. Nava thought about tagging.
I think that was a little bit of a show piece there.
Just see if he can draw a throw, maybe an errant throw. So now 2 outs, and here's Freddie. Ty Kelly's out of the on-deck circle because the pitcher spot is due up next.
Ty Kelly's a great story, isn't he? Phillies this year. I mean, hard not to think about him next year, isn't it?
Yeah, in a similar role that they have for him now. Certainly he's had some productive pinch hit appearances.
Yeah, his numbers are weird. Like He hits better as a pinch hitter than he does as a starter.
So we're going to miss 0-2 to Galvis.
What does Toco mean in Spanish?
Freddie said that it was a nickname that he received when he was younger. He didn't really give an explanation of what it was.
Kind of doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, the dirt 1-2. He just said that his family started calling it when he was a kid, and it kind of just stuck with him. We've heard it sort of intermittently since he was in the minor leagues that he would be called that. 1-2 to Galvis. Now 2-2. Well, he's missing in that same spot all of a sudden. Runner goes. Fly ball right field. And Jay is waiting for it. No runs, one hit, and one man left for the Phils. We'll move to the 9th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. A commanding lead for the Cubs, 13-2 over the Phils. Inning. 7 runs, 7th has put this game away for the Cubs. Every time the Phillies retire, the opposition 1-2-3, which they're hoping Yoxel Rios would do in this inning. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Rios has pitched in 2 games here in the big leagues and has gone 2 2/3, has struck out 2. And he will face Avila. An inning and 2/3 for Terry and 2 earned runs and 3 hits. In relief of Drew Anderson. Anderson won an inning and a 1/3. After picking up for Ben Lively. Lively went 5 tonight, allowed 5 hits and 6 runs. And the 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. 2 RBIs for Avila. It is last at bat and a double to right center field. He is struck out, he's flied out, and he's grounded out to shortstop. Cubs by the way, got good news yesterday. John Lester threw a bullpen, and the thought is, and they said it was, you know, a normal, intense session, as you would expect with Lester. And they said he'll throw a simulated game on Monday. And at that point, they will decide what his rehab will be or where he will go, as they hope to get him back. Joe Maddon said that that was good news for the Cubs. I think they need him moving forward, particularly when you think about the matchups with the Nationals, and if Kershaw is healthy with the Dodgers.
That's a nice pitching staff, isn't it?
Yeah, there was also a thought that they would keep on building that staff at the trade deadline. You know, they got Quintana, who pitched last night, but the Cubs had said that, you know, if they got somebody else to supplement Arrieta and Lackey, that they could control for the next couple of years, because Arrieta is going to be a free agent after this year.
Lackey, I believe, is too.
Yep. Somebody like a Sonny Gray, who wound up going to the Yankees. Then they would have entertained it, but they weren't looking for somebody like, you know, that was just a rental player. 2-0 to Almora. Almora, an RBI single in the 7th inning. And now Rios, who's walked one and is behind 2-0, gets a meeting on the mound by Alfaro. So back to work. They're not holding on. The runner at first base, down 13-2.
I'd assume if he took off, there could be some action.
Fly ball to center field, playable for Florimone. By the way, he's moved pretty well out in center field for a guy that doesn't play the outfield that much.
Yeah, he looks good. He get good jumps on balls. Looks comfortable. You know, he's got a rifle for an arm. Like to see that at some point, but pretty certain taking that extra base by the Cubs might have faded with this big lead.
Tommy La Stella has 2 RBIs tonight. He's 2 for 4. Included in that, it's a home run, his 4th of the year.
Well, there's no such thing as a mercy rule in Major League Baseball.
I'm assuming at some point they'll get to that.
No, I'm just saying the point I was making was there is several respectful things the team in the lead, you know, will do.
Yeah, quit stealing. Right.
Basically stop trying to score runs. You know, by taking the extra base, by trying to
stretching a single into a double.
Kind of turns into disrespecting the opposition.
Station to station. And that's where I think, you know, that's one thing you like about amateur. I know it's softball. We had the mercy rule. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness at that level, yeah. 1-2. Another one popped up foul over the Cubs dugout.
I'm sure if you ask some guys in the Phillies dugout, say, you guys want to call this after 8? I would assume that probably only 24 guys, 25 guys down there would say sure.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to La Stella. Outside, 2-2. By the way, across the street, the Philadelphia Soul have won Arena Bowl 30. They have defeated the Tampa Bay Storm 44-40. It is their second consecutive Arena Bowl championship. So the celebration has begun at the Wells Fargo Center.
Ron Jaworski still president? I think he is. Congratulations to the Soul and to Jaws, our buddy Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws and Dick Vermeil. They just showed them jumping up and down as much as they would jump up and down. Looks like there's a pretty good crowd there. Lower level looks like it's filled up.
Where are they playing that at?
Right across the street, Wells Fargo Center.
Yeah, right next door.
Traffic after the game, huh?
No, I think the celebration is going to be over by then.
It's at bat night, might not end.
Well, I was thinking the same thing. That may extend it.
Yeah, there's no indication that there's a 11-run lead with this La Stella at bat right here. It's going after a knock.
You don't get to play. You know, you're not a starter. You got to try to find ways to. Oh boy.
In the air to right field. That is a towering shot. He's going to have himself a 2-home run game.
I'd say that ended pretty well for him.
Yeah. La Stella and Rizzo. You put them in the same category a lot, right? Well, tonight you do, because they both have 2 home runs. That is a career high 5 home runs now for La Stella. The Jersey product, who has a lot of friends and family who have come to watch him play this weekend, getting a chance to put a little bit of a show on for them.
The Cubs faithful are here, still here behind the Cubs dugout.
15-2 Chicago.
Amazing how the little guys can leave the yard nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. That wasn't a cheapie, that's for sure.
1 ball and no strikes. 9 pitch at bat. He fouled 5 balls off. Kid out of Coastal Carolina. They just won a national championship a couple of years ago. 2-0. Cubs fans are chanting because Baez and Schwarber.
I think they're a little tardy for the cheer. And let's go Cubbies. They scored 15 dang runs. They've already gone.
Three balls and no strikes.
This is one thing you don't do. Swing at a 3-0 pitch.
It takes ball 4. Bob McClure is heading back out to the mound. And Ben Zobrist will pinch hit.
I mean, McClure will never stop coaching these guys. Will never stop trying to teach them, no matter what the score in the game is. There's always teaching points in these kind of situations. A young man out on the mound. Very limited time in the major leagues.
He's got good stuff.
Yeah, and you know, you got to keep on them and keep them trying to work on their craft and learn something and get better. And
when they get hit around like this, you can't let them get frustrated, even though they're probably frustrated.
You ever think a veteran guy like Ben Zobrist would be pinch hitting in a 15-2 game?
He's probably thinking, I want to get a couple of swings in here. 15 runs on 13 hits. I tell you, I know we talk about this sometimes. He is a big second baseman.
Yeah.
Just walking by him yesterday, he is tall.
I don't remember this stance either. Has he always been that crouched over?
Yeah. Started that a couple of years ago, I think.
But it was with the Royals or even before that.
Who did he get traded to after the Royals? Didn't he play
Tampa to the Royals, right? And then to the Cubs.
Oh yeah, because they won a World Series. I thought he re-signed with the Royals. He ended up with Chicago.
He was a sought-after free agent after winning that World Championship with the.
Yeah, I mean that's. You know, you look at his stats. They're not this year, but like over his career. I mean, they're good. They're not like, oh my gosh, wow, great. But like when you look at that WAR thing, he's one of the top guys in WAR. Not this year, of course, but like over the last 4 or 5 years, he's one of the top guys in that WAR thing. With with Trout, Miguel Cabrera, and whoever else, Harper probably.
Fouls it away toward the Hall of Fame club.
Back-to-back world championships, so
it's a pretty nice honor to have. 2 different teams, but nice honor to have. $15 runs allowed tonight are a season high by the Phils. It's the 3rd time the Cubs have scored at least 15 in a game. That is a bullet, and it is gone.
Guy comes off the bench and gets in the act.
Well, tire him out. Day game tomorrow, right?
Yeah. How about those guys sitting on the bench that never got to play in this game?
Yeah, Jason Hayward was toward the stairwell thinking, I want to get in here. 17-2 Cubs.
I wouldn't want to hit in this game.
He got to hit his last at bat, came in struggling, and I guess he figured something out because that looked pretty good.
That one's hit well. Oh man, Florimone going back toward the fence and reaches up and he makes the catch. Nice effort by Pedro Florimone. He may have nicked himself on that. And there are 2 outs. Got his elbow as it went into the wall.
Glad they have padding on those walls out there now.
Well, look, I kind of dented it a little bit, didn't he? That.
You ever see a ballpark play so small, John?
Nope. Wrigley.
Wrigley with the wind blowing out.
Yeah.
Well, 1 ball and no strikes to Schwarber.
Well, I'm glad Florimone is playing this one off. Can you imagine if Trainer had to go out there and that delay?
17 unanswered runs. Tommy Joseph in foul territory makes the catch. Well, 17 runs on 14 hits. Last chance for the Phils when we come back. Of the game. All right, count them up, boys. It's been a shooting gallery for the Cubs tonight. LaStella has 2. That's his first one.
Rizzo, breaking ball over. A lot of breaking balls hanging over the middle of the plate tonight, and they knew what to do with them. That's a little fastball in the inner half by Chris Bryant. Rizzo tomahawks a high fastball.
He really did tomahawk that.
Yep. LaStella again. He got a nice little level downswing on that one. I don't know how guys. Zobrist as a pinch hitter, he had to be stiff sitting in that dugout. Oh, we're getting a little interview with
seriously
Ben Zobrist there. Ben, how'd that feel? Come off the bench.
Well,
it's the kind of game you want to forget if you're.
That's exactly it.
The Phillies.
Short memory.
Go up there and grind out some at-bats here in this inning, see what you can do.
Well, Felix Pena pitched in last night's game, and he's on again here tonight. He'll face Ty Kelly. And then Hoskins. .40 ERA in 13 games. Last time the Cubs scored this many runs was back in June of 2015 at Cleveland. See, and then they faced him in the World Series.
Tell you what, I'd jump on a first ball fastball here all day long. That's another thing out of respect for the other team. You just throw fastballs here, right?
I got a feeling some trick pitch is going to come flying in here pretty soon.
A ball and 1 strike.
I just think about the catcher. How about Alfaro? What a long night that is.
A line drive out towards center field, and that'll drop for a hit for Ty Kelly. So Ty Kelly with another pinch hit.
I'd assume Tommy Joseph might have a sore throat from the draft from all the players running past him today. My Lord.
Here's Hoskins getting up. He's 2 for 3 in tonight's game. 2-run home run his first time up.
See, calling a home run probably is no big deal nowadays, right? This guy. But he got a high percentage, I guess. Ooh.
Out towards shallow center field, and LaStella is under it. And he puts it away for the first out. Pretty good pitch to hit there, too.
Yes, he did.
And with 1 away, it'll bring Tommy Joseph up. Tommy is 0 for 3, robbed by Almora back in the 4th inning. He's also gone down looking and flied out to left.
Tell you what, if Tommy brought a camera with him today, he could add a picture with every Cub, I think.
Everybody did get on. Not everybody got a hit, but everybody did get on. Well, there's that trick pitch.
Obviously, it needs a little work.
Off to the right at a play. And it's 1-1. Tomorrow, Nick Pivetta will be back with the club. He'll be starting against John Lackey.
And who to clear a spot? Who do we know yet?
Pete didn't say. He said they would probably announce something after the game.
They might have forgotten by now.
1 ball and 1 strike. Check swing by Joseph.
No.
That's something there too, huh?
Yeah.
Heck, he could ring him up. Let's. Like to see that, though. The umpire's still calling it the right way.
Two and two. 95 on that heater. Pena fastball ranges between 93 and 96. The slider 80 to 83. And then the changeup.
I think Tommy wants to get involved in this game in some way. A walk is highly unlikely.
And he swings and misses. And he is struck out for the second out.
When did Tommy take the bat off his shoulder?
It's got to be, I think, before the last road trip or at the beginning of the last road trip. Want the most accurate forecast? Count on the team that gets it right. Count on NBC 10 First Alert Weather. Erica, Glenn, Tammy, Bill, and Crystal rated most accurate for your neighborhood. Michael Franco is the next batter. He is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, popped out, and struck out tonight. Got a pitch low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Joe Maddon joked last night. I don't think he joked about it, but he said, you know, don't want to keep living and dying by the home run. Tonight, they lived through the home run. He is right, though. Sometimes teams that have his kind of offense, they lean on it, and to a fault. We got 2 from Rizzo, 2 from La Stella. Bryan hit 1. 2-0 pitch to Franco. Off the end of the bat out toward left field. Schwarber is in and under it and puts it away. And the Cubs have evened up the series with a convincing 17-2 win over the Phils. First time the Phillies have allowed at least 17 runs in a game since September of last year when they did it against the New York Mets. Anthony Rizzo had himself a big night. So did Tommy La Stella. So did the starting pitcher Kyle Hendricks. Anyway, we're going to choose the whole Cubs offense as our Chevrolet players of the game, as they put together a 17-run, 14-hit attack tonight against the Phils. 17-2 the final score. World champions certainly look like the world champions tonight. We'll be back to Citizens Bank Park to wrap things up right after this.